It's pop-up shop day, guys. I'm so excited. This is the first bigger pop-up I'm doing all year. I've only done smaller ones up until this point, just like a table setup. This is a full-on tent setup. I'm doing it here in Hoboken, New Jersey. I've done this market before. I know the organizers. It's a great market. It's not like huge or anything. It's not a big festival. It's just a normal like once a month Saturday market over by this like common area where there are a lot of like coffee shops and like a lot of apartment buildings are near there, so people are walking by with their dogs and kids. It is the hottest day of the year. So far it's gonna reach real feel like 100 degrees. I think technically it's only 96 degrees is the high. It's gonna be rough. We're going through a heat wave here in Jersey. But everything is packed up. We got a little pile here, gotta close up my bins, and then I have my vertical ledge bags under my table that I gotta pull out. But otherwise I'm renting a tent and renting a table from them because I wanted to see what that process was like. I'll let you know if I end up liking that. It's obviously an additional fee to rent a table and a tent, but we'll see how it goes. I'm doing the full setup. I'm so excited. My mom is coming with their car to help me, which is so kind of her. Josh is on a run, but he's gonna come back and help me bring things down into the car. I'm pumped. I gotta eat something. Hopefully that's the worst part, just getting here. I know. Hey guys, it's super loud. There are cars coming by and music bumping, but I'm gonna try to give you a little booth tour. I'll do a voiceover if this is not loud enough. But we're under the viaduct, which is great. This is like the best possible location. People will walk along here, and then also on the other side, they'll walk along that side. It goes down that way, and yeah, this is like, oh my gosh. That was a very loud scream. But yeah, this is my booth. I rented this tent. It's pink with polka dots. How crazy is that? Just fits the aesthetic so perfectly. So I have the normal mirror here. Shut up, you look good. And I'm hanging it the normal way, like the college over the door mirror metal pieces. And then here's my A-frame display. I feel like I'm finally using the A-frame display the way it's meant to be used. This is so pretty. Look at all the colors. Look at the pouches. Look at the candles. I think it's really nice. And I set it up like fully. I put the little backings on. It definitely adds stability and it looks nice. So I like that. But they are optional. Like you don't have to put those like backing pieces on. So I have mini candles up here, pouches and candles here, more pouches here, pouches and candles. And I have a little sale section of like scrunchies and a nice little bin. I got this idea from one of the other vendors I saw who had an A-frame display. Oh my goodness. And I think it looks really cute. And then next to that, I have my normal table. I was considering putting the table here, but I decided against it. So it's over here like usual. I have my scrunchy peg stand, which is something that my dad made me, as you guys know. These I'm using for the very first time. They're vertical edge table stands. They're little circle pieces of wood, and then you screw on these wooden dowels. They have a screw here, and they're different heights. Like you can tell that one's taller. And it's nice. It's just a nice little platform for whatever you want to put here. I put my business cards up at the front as always, and then just like little candles for people to sniff. Down at the bottom, I have some more candles. I'm going with like the original pop-up kind of like aesthetic that I went with like when I first started, which is like chaos with like things everywhere scattered. But I think it looks kind of cool. Normal scrunchies are here. The only new ones I added are these. Maybe I should put this here because I already have a blue there, so people have access to the white ones. Okay, that's like that. I have more of these table stands. I have Jessica's coasters. That's my sister. Another display. One sec, they're customers. Guys, I just made my first sale. She bought a tote bag that looks like this. But anyway, back to where I was. I have this vertical edge stadium display, which I always use, and I kind of oriented it differently this time. I put the mirror up here, which I've done before, to like display what a decal would look like. And then I put all the minis here in little clusters almost, like in 3s or 2s or 1s, depending on how many I have of each. And I think it looks pretty cute. And then, hello. And I just ran into a viewer, which is crazy. These are Jessica, I already said this. These are Jessica's coasters. This is my normal acrylic display that has all my decals and stickers. I haven't changed this up in like a year or two, so maybe this is due for like an upgrade, but this is how it is right now. And then my banner is there. My mom put it up with those elastic thingies instead of using just like spare rope, so that was helpful. And then we also put up our own wall, like back wall white situation, because this didn't come with the wall. And then my kiosk is in front of here. My mom went to Walgreens to get zip ties for me to put up these little like coverings, like the front piece, the decorative piece of the kiosk, I guess. That was nice of her. And I put my regular crate on top, water bottle, the essentials, my tap reader, iPad, is normally like this, but the girl was checking out. And then my little spin the wheel game, which I'm about to like redo. There's a lot going on with the spin the wheel game. It's broken. Dowels are missing, but I'm working with what we got, and I need to write in some extra ones that have been scrubbed off. So that's this wall. And then I have my garment rack situation. Oops. I only brought one of them. I have 2 of them. I also put it on like kind of backwards, as you can see, but it's very forgiving. So I know this is showing, but it's not that big of a deal. I have 2 of these, and hi. I have 2 rows, and I don't have that many tote bags, but I think it still looks nice. Next time I need to like stock up on tote bags. And then last but not least, oh, I already said the mirror. So looks nice all together, very colorful, very, very on brand. But this is like my favorite thing ever. Yeah, they watch me. I wonder if he's like wondering when you're gonna come back. Or thank you so much. Everything here is handmade using seasonal materials. Beads over here as well. Yeah. We're trying to find a summery one. The lime sangria and guava blossoms with the bright pink. Oh yeah, when you smell it, that one's probably my most summery. I also have like orange musical, which is more nostalgic. My pouches are doing really well. My big candles are doing really well, which is unfortunate because I didn't bring that many big candles. I brought the minis mostly, but those are also doing pretty okay. Sold a couple tote bags, so it's going well. Let me check what the actual sales are. $260 so far. So I made my booth fee back, which is always the goal. I did forget my tissue paper though, so that's that.
I think it smells like cereal.
It does smell like cereal.
I like that.
You like cereal?
Oh, it smells good.
Do you want a little bag for those? Hi, how are you?
This is pizza.
Do you want to grab your free sticker as well? So it's technically $21.32. And then did you want like a little bag to hold it? And I'll my card in case you want to buy something online. Guys, here are my booth neighbors. I have Simran, Simulation Station. Okay, I'm stupid, I can't read it. But this is so cute. Look at her sticker. I'm gonna buy this sticker. It's a croissant or a few croissants. And then she has like other like pastas and stuff and tomatoes. It's so cute. And this is embroidery. I should get back into that. So pretty. I love the setup. I also like the stand a lot. I'm always jealous of like the stationary like paper goods stands because they look nice. This is Mon Designs. I love her setup as well because she has everything framed, so everything looks very professional and the aesthetic is very nice. Like the colors. Did you design all of these different? That's crazy. She also designed everything. Like look how pretty. I'm getting a postcard version of that in here. Oh, and also this one. But so nice. Definitely check her out. Guys, this is Oxalis Bliss. She has the coolest press-on nails. They're like such high quality. She did a whole ton of market research and came up with this, and like they look really nice. Like look how cool this is. Like these are handmade. That's very nice. I'm not a nail girly, but these look legit. Update time. I sold a couple tote bags and a good amount of the pouches. I think I actually only sold 2 pouches, but people were pretty like interested in them, like touching them and like asking how much they were. Maybe the price is a little too high for some people, but that's how I have to price it. And then people have been buying the bigger candles, which is always so funny because people always buy the things that I decide like I'm probably not going to bring that much of because I don't think people are going to buy that much of it, but then they do. No one's gotten decals or sticker. Actually, I think I sold 1 sticker, but Jessica's coasters have been doing really well. I only have 6 left. Welcome to the Pop Shop Recap, everyone. This was such an exciting pop-up. I had such a great time, and I want to tell you all about it. Also, I did get a little mic. It's so cute. Hopefully this works out well. Let me know if you like the audio better. I unfortunately did not have a chance to unbox it, to use it at the pop-up to talk to you guys like live while the pop-up was happening, but this will make an appearance at future pop-ups. Anyway, let me scoot a bit closer. This pop-up was part of one of the monthly markets that Main Street Pops does here in Hoboken, New Jersey. I love doing this market. Actually, that's a lie. There were times when I hated this market. Not the market itself or the organizers or like any part of the actual event. It was more of just the conditions in which I had done this event in the past. 2 years ago, I did this event in the freezing cold and it was terrible. Another time I did it, and I think it was Easter weekend, people just weren't around. And so when I did this date, of course, there was some sort of like crazy weather thing going on where we had a heat wave here in New Jersey. It went up to like 101 or like 102 real feel. So crazy, but I ended up still having a good time, and I was happy that this was my first like truly really successful version of this market that I've personally done. So my mom did come and help me for this market, which is very kind of her. She drove in around 8 a.m. in the morning, and we put all my stuff into her car and we drove right over to the event space. It is an outdoor space, but on top of the entire market there's a viaduct, which is just like this big bridge situation where a lot of cars will drive on. It's basically an overpass, and because of that we were covered in shade the entire time. I love that. It's also kind of like a common area for people to walk around because there are coffee shops, restaurants, there are grocery stores, churches, and like things in that area that people would typically want to walk to. So there is a good amount of like normal foot traffic, as well as people I think do anticipate this craft fair happening once a month, so people will come and support. When we arrived, I was actually one of the first vendors there, which is actually crazy. I'm usually not one of the first there. It felt really good. I felt like I had all the time in the world to get set up. So we unloaded all my stuff from the car, and I just started setting up the small things while I waited for the organizers to bring me my tent and table that I had rented from them. Setup went so smoothly. My mom helped me. It was already getting kind of hot in the beginning of the day, so I was kind of nervous, but it ended up being okay. People started walking through the market. I was having a great time. I was vibing with my setup. My setup, guys, is just getting so much closer to like the absolute dream aesthetic vendor market booth that I have been dreaming of. But also that vision kind of changes every now and then, because like I keep thinking of more ideas that I want to go with, different types of booth styles. So I think it's going to be an ever evolving kind of booth layout. However, I really did like this one. I loved my A-frame display in the front. I've never done that before. I've never brought an A-frame display to a tent setup before. So it was really nice seeing that. And I also never brought a bunch of pouches to my setup before. So having the new pouches on the new A-frame display was just like, overall, it was just beautiful. All my other stuff was pretty typical. I had my mirror, had my garment rack, had my table, like all the good stuff was there. I did focus more on mini candles rather than bigger candles, which is why the setup might have looked slightly different than what you might have seen in the past, but I still really liked it. I did make a good amount of sales. I think in total I made about $600, which isn't crazy, but also definitely not a fail. The vendor fee for this event was $120, along with the rental for the table and tent. I think in total the vendor fee amounts to around $200. So it was about $400 profit. But as I always say, there's always more to a market than just the monetary profit that you make or don't make off of it. I'm so happy I got the opportunity to walk around and meet some of the other vendors. I saw a lot of vendors who I've already known from other markets that I've done. I've met them before. I ran into a lot of you guys who watch my videos who were vendors at this market or just walking around as customers, and I was so happy to meet you all. And because I haven't done any of these bigger markets in a long time, there were a lot of local Hoboken and Jersey City vendors that I haven't personally met, and it was just so great to connect with them. I bought maybe a few too many things. I'll give you a little haul. I'll give you a haul because everything is so cute. First of all, my neighbor immediately to the right of my booth, coolest guy ever. He wrote me a poem. The poem was called Threading the Needle. threading the needle. Basically, he was promoting his poetry book that he wrote with his friends, and he was also writing little poems on his typewriter that he brought with him. Really quick poems based off of a couple questions he would ask you, like, how are you feeling? What are you looking forward to? Things like that. And I got a little poem. It's so cute. Okay, listen to this. Okay, my answer to how are you feeling right now was, I told him I was just feeling really optimistic about my business. I was really happy that I had this outlet. I'm happy I have like this community of like small business owners, and just feeling very like happy and overwhelmed and excited about the future of Monica's Collective. So I wrote this poem called Threading the Needle. In the multiverse behind closed eyes is where I'd rather reside, where stretches of thread and wires so fabric of reality. When I wake, I look for the needle to pierce a bridge between dimensions and achieve everything. Guys, is that not freaking beautiful? That was beautiful. Okay, and I think his book name or business name, I'm not really sure, is called Stain Napkins. I love that. Or maybe that's just like the author name he goes by. Very cool. Check him out if you're interested. And then I ran into some boots that I'm absolutely in love with. I ran into literally the cutest store ever called Paper Girl Goods. First of all, look at this bookmark. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, she makes it herself. She prints them out and then laminates them herself. She also hand makes like spiral notebooks, like little notepads. Freaking cool. And then I also picked up these stickers from her. Love a little like vintage retro Coca-Cola bow cherry situation. Nice sticker sheet. And then she was also selling postcards. I had to get a postcard. Very cute. Love the fruit. Fruit has been very in lately, which is funny because it's like just fruit. Like, shouldn't fruit always be in? But I guess like the design of fruits on t-shirts and wallpaper and fabric and things like that. It's just very in right now. Also got a couple postcards from Mon Designs. The business owner's name is Monica, which is so funny. We bonded over that. She also watched my videos. So Monica, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I picked up 3 of her postcards because I'm also trying to decorate my walls. And I thought these would be beautiful. Like, I'm very into color, I'm very into florals, like natural stuff. The pomegranate one is probably my favorite, followed by flower market. I mean, it's hard to choose, guys, because like this one's pretty too. That's why I got all 3. I love vendor markets and pop-up shops because you just like run into so many businesses who sell things where you're like, I would have never thought of that. How cool of you to like create this thing and then sell it to me. Like, everyone's so creative and cool. Okay, and the last thing I got, because I had to hold myself back. Like, I really was gonna buy more from more shops, but I couldn't do it. But this is from Simran. I don't have the name of her business on me at the moment, but I'll put it here, and I'll also put like all of these small businesses down in the description. But I wanted to get one of these. She told me these are not croissants, they are pastas, but I think they look like croissants, and I want a little croissant sticker. She also has an actual croissant sticker, but I like this one better, so I got this. I'm gonna put it on my little notebook or something. And then she also gave me a cute little print with a note on the back. So as you can see, I made a good amount of friends. Sorry, last but not least, I also was gifted this beautiful ceramic cup. It says puppy, has a wiener dog. This might be the best gift I've gotten from a stranger ever. And we're not even strangers anymore, we're friends. We are literally going to do ceramics together one day. But the very sweet girl who gave that cup to me, her name's Winnie. She owns a little like crafting business, which I think is like pretty new. It's called Pudgy Studio. Follow her on Instagram. Her stuff is so cute. So obviously, as you can see, I value the friendships and the connections and ideas and like the motivation that I get from other vendors just as equally as the monetary like profit that I make. I can make $1,000, $5,000, etc. dollars profit from a market, or I can make $0 to like $50 from a market. And I can prepare so much for a market. I can bring really cool inventory, but you really truly never know exactly what to expect from a market. You can do everything right and still make not that many sales, but the one thing you really can control is how you interact with your fellow vendors, learning from them, helping them, gaining inspiration from them, hyping them up, and just like supporting this little small business community that we have going on. That's just like priceless stuff right there. So I always try to emphasize that. Going back a little bit into my booth, the tent rental that I had was indeed a pink tent, which was like incredible. It's like the best possible scenario for me. I love that it also had polka dots. So it was a little like mushroom looking tent. People were saying how much they loved it on Instagram when I posted about it. So it's making me consider getting some sort of pink tent with a design on it. I think that might be the next move. The heat ended up not being so bad where I was like dying or anything. I just drank a lot of water. For lunch, I had a really nice refreshing salad wrap from Trader Joe's. I'm also happy that I went with a sleeveless dress that was very flowy and light and just like very summery. I feel like that helped me stay cool. By the end of the day, I did feel very sticky. It was kind of like a little sticky that day. And the market organizers were so great about making sure people were going to like the nearby coffee shop to get some AC for a few minutes, encouraging us to like take breaks when we need to. And they offered to watch over our booths while we were to go take a bathroom break or whatever it may be. So honestly, everything was like very positive about this market and I have no complaints, which is actually wild if you think about it, because I've had quite a few complaints about some recent markets. Some things that I thought I did really well with is I definitely gauged correctly what types of products people would be interested in to a certain extent. You can never like fully know what people want, but I definitely felt that people would really like the pouches, and they did. Almost all my pouches sold. I think I ended up with just 3 left. I think I came there with 7 or 8. If I had had more pouches in smaller sizes, different types of cases, like laptop cases, Kindle cases, I know those would have done just as well. So I'm already planning that for my upcoming market. I could also tell people were definitely interested in my tote bags, and I did sell a couple, but if I had more selection, because I really only had the leftovers from last year, if I had like more newer selection, I could tell people would have like really been into that too. So that's something that I can definitely plan for the next market as well. Same with candles. There were definitely a good amount of people buying the mini candles. I did have a good amount of people also buy the bigger candles, which is interesting. I didn't think that the big candles would really sell at all. I kind of just brought them just to show that I have multiple sizes, but there were a good amount of people who bought the bigger sizes. Always such a surprise. I also had some people looking through my stickers and like kind of being interested, but like not too much. So that's something I can consider for next time, that maybe people are interested in stickers, but I don't really have designs that people are interested in currently. So I should maybe switch up the designs. And then I also sold some scrunchies. So a little mix of everything here and there. So happy I did this market. So happy I gave this market as a whole another chance, given that the past 2 other times that I did this weren't like the most successful situations ever. I think the tent rental and the table rental really worked out in my favor. I know it's expensive, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in order to make the whole situation as like seamless and efficient as possible. I also love that it started at 11 and ended at 4, which isn't that long of a market at all. But by the end of it, when I packed up and like got back to my apartment, I still had so much energy, which is really crazy. I was able to put all my stuff away in my crafting room, clean up my entire crafting room, kind of resort through inventory, all within the same day. Normally I have to wait until the next day because I'm so tired from a market and just like physically drained from moving all of the heavy stuff. But I was able to do it all in the same day, which is really impressive, if I may say so myself. My vertical edge displays have really been holding up over the years at this point. I can't believe I've had some of my displays for over a year now. My belly display and my stadium displays are my tabletop displays, and they have been doing so well. I almost never really wipe them down. I probably should a little bit, but they're really like not that dirty and they don't get messed up that easily. My A-frame display, I've only used it twice, but I can tell it's going to be a staple for my booth because it just looks so good. I really liked how the tallness of it balanced out, having the tallness of like the mirror on one side. I think I need 1 more of those A-frame displays. I just like really think it would look nice if I had 1 more, maybe over like by my kiosk. Speaking of my kiosk, I brought it out for the first time since last fall, I believe, and I thought it looked really good. My mom had to grab me some zip ties from Walgreens in order to put those 2 like front panels, the front wood panels on the front of the kiosk in order to hide all the shelving that's inside. So I really need to pick up some reusable S-hooks from the hardware store so I don't have to keep using disposable zip ties for that. And then I also really want to put a decal in front of that kiosk so it's more personalized. But yeah, overall, had a great time at this market. I was really happy with how it turned out. I'm so grateful for all the people that I met and the vendors that I connected with. I felt very energized by it, knowing that I have more of these to look forward to throughout the rest of the year. And I feel very optimistic about this summer of markets. Sometimes you can have a market that really hurts your self-esteem. I was talking with a girl in the comments about this in another video. It's really hard to go through a market where you either don't sell anything, or people are rude to you, or you don't connect with any vendors. and it's very discouraging, makes you like not want to do them anymore. It just makes you want to completely give up on markets in general. But then you have markets like these, pop-ups like these, that are just like so positive and remind you of why you love doing them. And I'm happy that I had that kind of experience at this market. And I hope all of you guys have similar experiences this summer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have questions in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.